The first thing the woman did after being reborn was drag her 70-year-old husband to have a second child. When the malicious daughter saw her parents just gave birth to a set of twins, she was completely dumbfounded. It turned out that in her previous life the woman had given all her wealth to her love-struck daughter. She had assumed her daughter would be grateful and care for them in their old age. Unexpectedly, the daughter joined forces with her son-in-law to kick them into a drafty old house. Her husband's asthma worsened because of the harsh environment, putting him in serious danger. When she finally managed to get through to her daughter for help, to her surprise the malicious daughter and son-in-law complained they were too dirty and refused to come. In the end, she and her husband tragically died because they had no money for treatment. Little did she know fate had a plan, letting the woman be reborn on the day the son-in-law came to claim the house. The daughter, relying on being the only child, was overly confident and without guilt asked her mother to buy a villa for them. Unexpectedly, her mother flatly refused. This time she would no longer indulge and spoil her daughter without limits. Then the son-in-law complained that after having a child the house would be too small. It would be very inconvenient for the whole family to live cramped together. The daughter immediately spoke up for her husband, whining and pleading for her mother to buy it for them no matter what. She really could not stand the old people smell in the house. Hearing this, the woman smiled helplessly. She instantly remembered that in her previous life it was because of this that her son-in-law had kicked her out. So without hesitation she slapped her daughter several times. This completely stunned her pampered daughter. The son-in-law saw his wife being hit and was about to defend her. Unexpectedly, the woman jumped up and slapped him as well. This move left the whole family dumbfounded. Before they could react, she told them to get out of her house immediately. The son-in-law had thought his mother-in-law was just bluffing. He took his wife to the best postpartum care center. They did not believe the mother would really refuse to see her grandchild. Unexpectedly, when checking in, the son-in-law discovered all his cards were frozen. The daughter angrily called her mother to question her. The woman said she had the right to reclaim her money. Seeing her mother still angry, the daughter could only play the victim, saying she had only $600 and no place to stay. The woman did not soften, because in the previous life the daughter had not only kicked them into a rundown house, but also taken their retirement cards. So this life all she could do was return the favor in kind. She pretended to soften and found them a nice house to stay in. Unexpectedly, the daughter pushed further, demanding more money for herself. The woman was so angry she hung up the phone. She realized if this continued, all the wealth would still end up with the malicious daughter. So she immediately dragged her husband straight to the maternity center. The doctor reviewed their health data, excitedly saying their bodies were perfectly capable of conceiving naturally. Meanwhile, the son-in-law was shocked that the mother-in-law had prepared a rundown house, but the daughter was overly confident, thinking her parents had only her, and would soon beg to come back. By then they would not only demand a villa but also luxury cars. Little did she know the couple was busy strengthening their bodies in preparation for the second child. Time passed minute by minute. Seeing her mother not even calling, the son-in-law grew more anxious. He had married his wife for her family's wealth, not to suffer, so he suggested his wife try to speak nicely to her mother, but the mother simply hung up. The desperate couple had no choice but to locate her using GPS and found her at a restaurant. They scolded her for going out to eat a fancy meal while making them stay in a rundown house, questioning how she could act as a parent when the mother ignored them. The daughter half-heartedly offered that she could watch the child in the future. After all, she was the mother's only child, but the mother bluntly said she did not care. The daughter, relying on her status as the only child, threatened that she would never let them see the child again and would not return. Then she left without looking back.